Warren Sprouse, and you are on the Bible Forum. We do this every Sunday night from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on thebibleforum.net. Tonight we're talking about life as we are supposed to know it. Life is complicated. Life is dangerous. Life can be discouraging. It can be unfair. It can be unyielding. And then you die. Morbid? Probably. Defeatist? No doubt. Warped? Not so much. What if you approach life as though it exists either as a marvelous tool for finding personal pleasure, or as something inherently good and beneficial, or you approach it as if it's safe and sane inherently? And you raise your children with these ideals in mind, never warning them that it's not exactly like that, never giving them the tools they need to actually avoid the natural and relentless pitfalls that life constantly provides. What if you teach your children that they are basically good and nobody's to tell you otherwise? Or what if you teach them that all religious systems and values are equally good? We have to maintain our objectivity. We can't be judgmental. They don't believe what we believe, but everything is good. Everything is good. And it's all working toward the same end. Or what if you teach them that it's really up to them what kind of a value system they will have, and that they need to choose the one that works for them, because all value systems are equal, or at least subjective? Or what if you teach them that going to school will give you an education? It'll give you the education that you need for life. Or that the government will take care of you should you fail to get the education, or just fail, period. Or maybe become injured or fall ill. What happens to that child growing up with that value system? I want to suggest to you that that's a recipe for dysfunctionality. That is a recipe for disaster waiting to fall upon that child or that adult. I want to suggest to you that that is a very destructive value system and will produce, unless something interferes with it, a destructive lifestyle. But that's exactly what society is teaching us, isn't it? Listen to it. Look at how all of this works on a global scale. We are being groomed for a global society. We're being told that we're not special. America, with Christian values, is not a unique and special society. We're just like anybody else, only we're more prideful. And that all these other cultures and societies, as dysfunctional as they are, as poor as they are, as violent as they are the same as us. And if we dare speak up and say that it's different, then we are the ones that have a problem. Look at how it works in terms of religion. All religions are the same, are they not? You have one over here that subjugates its people. You have one over here who elevates its people. And you can't say that one is right and wrong, or one is good or not good. You can't say that. How does that impact a person's thinking? How does all this work emotionally? in terms of a society where there are no real boundaries. There's no walls anywhere. And how is the church responding to all of this? The church of the Lord Jesus Christ is seeking to find a place to stand. A place to stand that doesn't offend the enemies of God. A place to stand that doesn't offend the enemies of American culture. A place to stand that doesn't offend the basic social institutions, the ones that made us strong and made us what we are. A place to stand that doesn't offend the enemies of family and of decency. And look how we have caved in. Now I'm talking about the church. The church has caved. And because the church has caved, the society has free rein to even go further. But the church caved on the issue of divorce. What does divorce do to a family or to the family structure? The church caved on abortion. What does that do to the sanctity of life? We're seeing it now, where abortion has turned into selling baby body parts on the market. The church gave in to sex on demand that became sex as recreation. The church has given in to drugs. You can't say that it's wrong to drink or to smoke or even to do a little something. You know, I mean, everybody does something. The church has given in on obscenity. Right now, Christians are able to speak in vulgar terms, obscene terms, as long as they don't profane God, as long as they don't use God's name in vain. They can say any of the other dirty words you want, and it's not a sin. It's not polite. It's destructive of the culture. It damages the future of children. It's insulting. It's demeaning. But it's not a sin. Have you seen how young girls and women dress for church today? I mean, assuming they're not dressed like they're going to the beach, you know, or that they're digging a ditch when they get done here. You know, they're not in play clothes. But coming out of a church, you know, crossing the street, I see it every Sunday, and they've dressed up. Look how they're dressed. They're dressed the way streetwalkers were dressed when I was a young fella. Oh, I was generational. I'm sorry. Sex is sex. The list is long. It stretches now into homosexual behavior. It stretches into transgenderism. It stretches into same-sex marriages. Churches are proud of the fact that they are standing for same-sex unions. One of the most well-known Sunday school teachers in the country, a former president, believes this sort of thing. You need to pray for Jimmy Carter. He has serious cancer. He's not going to survive this. And he needs your prayers. But pray for the people he has taught over the years that the Bible doesn't really mean what it says. And then look at all the society. Look around. How's all this working out for you? How's it working out for us? The world views it as support for their licentiousness. They have cover from the church to do all of these kinds of things. The church, on the other hand, looks at it and sees it as somehow earning or winning a hearing from these people by building relationships, having not been judgmental. Presenting God as somebody who loves everybody. as opposed to being a hater who judges people. But God does hate. He hates sin. And God hates those who do the sin. He hates the wicked, Psalms 11 says, and those who live or love violence. He hates divorce, Malachi chapter 2. And the world of men, they hate God.